Alright, let's give this thing a try. Today is pulled pork. Now, Americans love this stuff. It's all over the place. They go crazy for it. And if you look at the recipes, they'll talk about Boston butt or pork butt or something like that. And I don't know why they call it that. I have no idea.
Did you not Google it? I guess it's an ass that came from Boston or something. I have no idea. Yeah, I know you asked me that 2 days ago, but I have no idea, Chris. A Boston butt.
So, Chip, hope everything is okay over there. I have a question for you. Seeing as how you're from the South, Texas, home of barbecue, maybe you can tell me, what is a Boston butt and why do they call it a Boston butt?
It's just a shoulder, and everyone from Boston is a butt.
Alright, so I ordered this piece bone in, and I understand that bone is the best way to do it. And we'll just trim off some of the excess fat, and here's a little bit of a hard bit that I cut off because it's not going to render at all. And then we'll slather the whole thing with some gorchitsa, some mustard. And it really doesn't matter. You can use hot sauce, you can use mustard, you can use a number of things. And just cover it really nice. And you won't really taste it after, you do the spices and that sort of a thing. And as far as spice goes today, you can use salt and pepper. You can use whatever your favorite spice is, whatever taste that you're really looking for. Today we're going to use pig wing, and that's by Don Marcos. We sell it in the store, and I quite like it, so that's what we'll use. And there you go. So the mustard is really only there to help the spice stick, and you just cover it nicely. You can't really over spice pork. Pulled pork, it's you can put on as much as you like. I'm putting it on pretty heavy. Okay, and into the fridge overnight. So here I am. I'm just going to light this nice and slow with a Weber lighter cube and cover my plates, my deflector plates, with tinfoil so that they're easier to clean later on. I'm pretty lazy. I don't like scraping these things off, so I cover them with tinfoil every time. And now we'll just set in the deflector plates and the scada, the grids. There's my cherry wood. I'm putting in cherry wood. You can use whatever wood you like. I'm putting in chunks. You can also use chips. And by the way, you don't have to use a Kamado. You can use your gas barbecue. You can use anything. The type of wood that you put in kind of depends on the machine that you're using. If you're using a gas barbecue or a light charcoal barbecue, you might want to try chips instead of chunks. You can see the smoke's coming out really nice now, and it just smells beautiful of that wood smoke. And there's the baby there, fresh out of the fridge. And we'll just throw that on there. Because it's a Kamado, I don't put any water with it, like a water tray to keep it moist. You don't really have to. Other barbecues, you probably should.
You know I like my chicken fried, cold beer on a Friday night, Beverages a bit just right, and the radio, I like to see the sunrise, see the love in the woman's eyes, feel the touch of the precious child, know a mother's love.
So a couple of hours later, I start spraying it, so I'll mist it about every hour now. And what I'm using is about a 10% apple vinegar mist. And here we are an hour later or so, and misting it again. And this just keeps it moist and keeps the edges from burning. You know, we are at about 265 degrees Fahrenheit here, so that's pretty hot.
Nice. Oh.
All right, so now I'm taking the sonda out, the probe, and it reached about 274 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's good enough, I think, that we're going to wrap it. The temperatures don't have to be exact. And when you're wrapping it, wrap it nice and tight, and put the shiny side on the inside so that it doesn't deflect heat. I'm going to double wrap it today just to make sure that it stays nice and tight. And you should always remember to spritz it before you actually put before you wrap it, so it stays nice and moist inside. In fact, you can even put a layer of water on the bottom of the tin foil, and that helps too. And there we are. We'll put her in there for about another hour or 2 hours. And there's the finished result. We just let it rest on a table in the tin foil for about an hour, and we're ready to take it apart. It's just lovely. It's just nice and fluffy and just pulls apart so easily, even just with a fork. And that's what you want to see, really. So we'll mix that up good. So just to recap, we cooked that at around 265 degrees Fahrenheit for about 5.5, 6 hours. You know, you spray it about once an hour after it's been in for a couple of hours. Then when you see that temperature start to go up, you want to wrap it. And then you want to just basically poke it with a stick, or I use the sonda, the probe, and you just want to make it so it feels like butter inside. You know, some people will say take it to 204 degrees, 206 degrees. Okay, fine. I just throw the probe in, and if it's just meets no resistance and it's nice and fluffy inside, you can tell. I take her off, I let her sit, and then it comes out like this. You see how the whole meat just comes right off the bone? That's what you want to see. And that's it. So now I'm going to put, you know, some people will mix it with barbecue sauce. That seems to be the normal way. Some people with hot sauce barbecue sauce mix. Some people put whatever they want on. I personally, this time around, I'm putting applesauce on. I made a homemade applesauce, and I really like that with pork. So